JBN, we keep you informed. Jamaica records 34 murders in the first 11 days of 2020. The police are reporting 34 murders in the first 11 days of this year, a slight uptick from the 33 recorded over the same period last year. But this is well below the 57 murders recorded in the first 11 days of 2018 and the 41 in the corresponding period in 2017. With 36 cases of shooting recorded so far this year, the police note that this is one fewer than the 37 recorded to January 11 last year. The number of rape cases has fallen dramatically, with 9 recorded cases so far this year, compared to 21 in the first 11 days of last year. This represents a 57% decline. There is a 69% drop in the number of aggravated assault cases reported so far this year, with 4 incidents reported to the cops, down from 13 last year. The reported cases of robberies, break-ins, and larceny are also down, with the police reporting 47 so far this year compared to 63 in the same period last year. The figures are included in the Jamaica Constabulary Force's Serious and Violent Crimes Review published on Sunday. Official crime statistics for 2019 have not yet been released by the police, but at December 28, Jamaica's murder total stood at 1,326, a 3% increase over 2018. Meat shop operator killed a day after his birthday. A meat shop operator who turned 50 on Sunday was shot and killed Monday afternoon at his shop in Sandy Bay, Hanover. He has been identified as David Casserly, a businessman of Bigwell Lane in Lucy in the parish. Reports are that shortly after 3:30 p.m., Casserly, who operates the Carl's and the Lee meat shop, located along the Sandy Bay Main Road, was seated outside his business place when 2 men rode up on motorcycles. The men brandished handguns, and upon seeing them, Casserly ran back into his shop, but he was chased by the men who opened fire, hitting him multiple times. The gunmen jumped back on the motorcycles and sped away from the scene. The Sandy Bay police were summoned, and upon arrival, the wounded man was transported to the Nowell Holmes Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Casserly is the second person to be killed in Hanover since the start of the year. A business operator, 43-year-old Carl Amberley, was stabbed to death by 2 men while at a shop inside the Lucy Bus Park last Wednesday. Ongoing dispute hence with man's stabbing death. An ongoing dispute between 2 men who shared premises in War Hill District, Staggerville, St. Catherine, has left one dead and the other in police custody. It is alleged that Azizi Edwards, 20, and the other man got into an argument about 10 a.m. on Monday. During the altercation, Edwards was stabbed with a knife. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The other man is in police custody. According to residents in the community this morning, both men shared the premises but were strangers to the community. Accused Westmoreland gangster freed in court. One of the 9 accused in the case against the King Valley Gang, or lawless gang in Westmoreland, now being tried in the Home Circuit Court, yesterday morning walked free after the prosecution indicated it had no evidence in respect of the 2 counts for which he was charged and brought before the courts. Ricky Hall, otherwise called Badwater, of Peggy Barry, was charged with being part of a criminal organization, facilitating the commission of various offenses by a criminal organization, and knowingly providing a benefit to a criminal organization under the Criminal Justice Suppression of Criminal Organizations Act, following a joint police-military operation at Kings Valley in the parish in October of 2018. Yesterday morning, a senior prosecutor in the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, leading the evidence in the case, informed Chief Justice Brian Sykes, moments before the trial began, that the Crown had no evidence against Hall in respect of counts 3 and 10. The Chief Justice then told Hall that he was free to go. The prosecution is saying they are not proceeding with the case against you in respect of counts 3 and 10. These are the 2 counts on which you were charged. You are acquitted of those charges and you are free to go, Justice Sykes informed Hall. Hall's attorney, who rose to speak briefly in noting his gratitude, said the accused had been in custody all this time despite my efforts to the contrary. Hall, leaving the docks, was observed shaking hands with one of the other accused before exiting. Some 13 witnesses are expected to testify in the trial of the alleged gang members, with no more than 10 entering the witness box. The remaining men are charged in an indictment containing 11 counts and are accused of facilitating serious offenses, conspiring to commit murder, rape, indecent assault, and robberies with aggravation from as early as 2013. The men from a meeting place in the Kings Valley community would plan missions and distribute spoils. The court was told that their modus operandi was larceny of motorbikes, which would then be sold to unsuspecting people. Yesterday, as the trial got underway, the court heard testimony via live video link from a key witness in the case, detailing the operations of the gang. PNPYO to help victims of domestic abuse with legal services. The People's National Party Youth Organization, PNPYO, has announced that it is leading the coordination of a project to provide legal services to assist victims of abuse. These victims will access free legal support that will allow them to safely separate themselves and their children from their abusers. The recent incidents of murder of women have brought back into public consciousness the lack of security that women have in their relationships and in their own homes. It has not escaped us that the reports since the start of 2020 have young women under the age of 35 as the victims of vicious and seemingly premeditated murders. Our youth, our women remain at risk in Jamaica and need immediate support, PNPYO President Crystal Tomlinson said in a release yesterday. Through partnership with the law office of Attorney Kimberly Whitaker, who is also a former legal advisor to the PNPYO, Tomlinson said women will be able to set appointments for legal consultation to guide them through the process of leaving abusive homes. Women are encouraged to text legal support to 876-583-0961. They may also call the number between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. for more information. This intervention from the PNPYO is meant to empower women with the information and the legal support they need. It will include guidance on filing for divorce, securing restraining and protection orders, and the seeking custody of their children, Tomlinson said. She said in instances where women need help to file charges, the legal team is also prepared to assist them in the process. The PNPYO is also encouraging newly admitted lawyers to volunteer as part of the legal support team as a means of securing well-needed experience in their field. To volunteer, the PNPYO is inviting people to email the info to pnpyo@gmail.com. We need all the support we can get, Tomlinson added. Montego Bay groups object to construction in fish sanctuary. The decision by the National Environment and Planning Agency NEPA to allow construction in the waters of the Bogue Islands Lagoon Special Fishery Conservation Area has left some key stakeholders within Montego Bay disgruntled. In voicing his objection, Pierce Harvey, who since 1997 has been a homeowner in the lagoon's residential area, which abuts the fish sanctuary, described the recently approved Villa Vivian construction project as a fine example of man's destruction of his environment. In a scathing letter, Harvey said that the project confounded every acceptable norm in the community over the past 22 years. As with all progress, the growth of the lagoons pushed the boundaries of the crucial balance between nature. But in every instance so far, the lot owners have always been respectful of the beautiful Bogue Lagoon on which they live and their neighbors, with the result that up until now there has been this unique, respectful relationship that exists, he said. Not only is this aberration destroying the environment in its immediate vicinity, but it's only a matter of time before its scope will be emulated and sadly, probably surpassed by other lot owners, with the inevitable harm to what is supposed to be a marine park, he added. Harvey said that NEPA had set a double standard, as over the years, fishermen who are found line fishing in the lagoon have been arrested. Yet, the same authorities were now allowing people with the available resources to create a complete dead zone in broad daylight and make a mockery of the entire concept of the marine park. Fishermen from the area are also hopping mad at NEPA, which they say is barring them from the lagoon where they grew up fishing as youngsters and yet permitting other activities to take place there. Given his name as Big Danny, a 73-year-old who has been fishing for the past 60 years, said that construction within the Freeport area had already impacted the lagoon. displacing turtles, sharks, and other sea creatures because of associated limestone or marl seepage that hindered fry from spawning. It is a bad idea. The chemicals in the marl is going to burn the fishy eye, so the fish them are going to migrate. So it is not good for the fisherman or the fish. Species of fish who used to live in the lagoon, them not here again. Development run them way. All them hotel and guest house, them cut down the mangrove and dump up, so the fish then gone somewhere else, he explained. He said that additional construction in the long term would further stymie the livelihoods of the already stressed fishermen, who already have to be going scores of miles out to sea in treacherous waters to make their daily catch. Fishermen going to suffer. You have some fishermen, hungry, because the sea rough. So that not right. And they make the fishermen them have more grievance in them and more corp against NEPA, he added. As the breeze start to blow, the whole sea go get muddy up, and some fish don't like dirty water, like yellowtail, grunt, and snapper, so them go migrate, he added. Dalton Morris, a 56-year-old who has been fishing since childhood, said that NEPA should not have even entertained the idea of allowing construction within the waters of the lagoon in the first place, as any more loss of fish could even fuel attacks on locals and the tourists by hungry crocodiles who have a habitat at one section of the protected area. I would never give no one no opportunity to build nothing. You have crocodile around there. So remember, crocodile don't stay with no food no there. Anyway, you see crocodile, food round there, and I eat them a feed off her. When them start dump up there and the crocodile get less food, even when them baby step out a door and them feel say everything alright, them a go missing, Morris said. Yoni Epstein, chairman of the lagoon's residential area, said that the decision by NEPA sets a bad precedent and has far-reaching environmental and socio-economic impacts on Montego Bay. Other residents can afford to do something similar, and the fact is that people haven't. And there's a simple reason for it, which is because we know it's not the right thing to do. And quite frankly, even the ones that are opposing it can afford to do the same thing. But it's not just about that. It's about the morality of the situation, said the business process outsourcing entrepreneur. If we lose our environment, we lose everything, he said. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.